Listen, there's got to be some benefits to being the talent.
Yeah, you are definitely the talent, bro.
I think he says that in a derogatory
No, I mean it. He is the talent. I know my lane.
Let me say that to the camera and to Kaeli. I think he means that in a derogatory way.
No,
I think he means that in a derogatory way.
Breadstick, Kenny G, how you guys doing today?
How you doing, Kaeli?
Kaeli?
Doing good. So here to talk about your guys' YouTube channel and your journey to 1,000 subs.
We did it. Journey to 1,000.
1,000.
You know that makes us professional YouTubers now.
It is. We're professional.
That's a milestone.
Yes.
That's a milestone.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, why did you two decide to start doing YouTube?
Well, Kenny was just doing some stuff in his garage, and then I showed up to drink some beers, and he was like, hey, you want to record a YouTube video? And so I was like, let's do it.
Actually, I had the idea, since I do so many different things, like I press shirts, I do music, I do videos, I was cleaning shoes. I wanted to do a series on YouTube called What Can He Do? With my name, What Can He Do? And he just happened to show up the first day I was recording. The very first episode I did, I was cleaning a pair of Timberlands. And he showed up after work, and I was like, hey, you want to do a video? So I gave him the boots, told him to act like he was dropping them off to me, and that was it.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
What are some of the challenges of starting a YouTube channel and growing it?
I'll tell you what, for me, is the biggest challenge. That's scheduling. You want to put out good content, you need time to do that, and sometimes life gets in the way. Yeah, I would say scheduling is the hardest. Find the time to make content that you really enjoy. I think that's the biggest challenge.
So what were your goals when you first started your channel? And have these goals changed over time?
Well, our first goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just waiting to get monetized now. We want that first check for $1.57.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
And now, what's our next goal?
I mean, is it the silver plaque?
How many you need for that?
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah, we're 1% of the way there.
We're not going to get a silver plaque, are we?
It only took us 5 years.
All right, so do some math. 5 years to get 1,000 subscribers,
Yep.
and we need 100,000.
Yeah, we only need another 95 years.
95.
Yeah.
And I'm 51, so 95 plus 51.
247?
That's how old I'm going to be when I
6.
get the silver plaque.
246. Yeah. You age well, though. You might make it.
So what are your best memories so far?
Ooh.
Best memories.
We're doing an event. So this has led into some live events for us, the YouTube channel. And we were at an event, and one of the planners was like, hey, come on back to, meet my uncle and blah, blah. So we went a couple blocks down the road. We met our uncle. Well, it turns out her uncle was a real life, he was like a moonshine aficionado. Right?
That's your best memory?
Yeah, that's a good one. So he was a moonshine aficionado. And this old dude, we get back to his garage or whatever, and he got all these different moonshines. And he's like, oh yeah, try whatever you want, have some, it's so good to meet you guys, and blah, blah, blah. Whew, let me tell you, I was riding a serious buzz when we went to that live event.
Now I know why you're saying live event.
Yeah. Now you know why I'm saying live event. We don't put too many details out there.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know how legal that was, but
Yeah.
it was a good time.
Well, moonshine in particular isn't too legal. Is it?
Yeah. So, we were
So what was that guy's name?
we're not going to reveal any names. But he was good.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, maybe you didn't sample as much as I did but you sampled a little. Tell me that wasn't good.
It was good.
It was good.
But 5 years of doing YouTube and your best memory is sampling some moonshine before a live event?
It was free.
Well, that's true.
But you know what other memory was really awesome? When we did the Halloween special that we do a Halloween special every year.
Yep.
And I think we did a Halloween special, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yep.
And we were in a camper.
Oh, yeah.
And I farted. And we were in a bed together. You're gonna have to watch the video if you want to get that whole backstory. But we're in bed together, and I Dutch ovened him.
Oh.
Welcome to Sleeping with Breadstick.
Oh, that's
all
funny.
about that.
Fucking Dutch oven my ass. Oh my god.
It smells so bad. You just wafted it.
That's a fucking organ. Why are we in bed again?
And it was it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It was
That would
great.
probably be one of my worst YouTube memories.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. Is that like in a blooper reel?
Yeah,
Super
it is in a
funny,
blooper reel.
yeah.
You're right. At the end of the video, blooper reel. Somebody's been watching our stuff.
Here's a question. What's your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
What
I
can
mean,
you do or can you GT?
I actually do like the Halloween specials.
Do you?
Because, yeah, they're fun and funny, and you guys like acting, you know?
Yeah.
You guys making a little story.
See, we're acting, man.
Yeah.
People like holiday-related content.
Yeah, at least 67 of them.
Yeah.
I'm like 10 of those views, at least.
Wait, then after you subtract mine.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not sure if I've watched the whole thing. through
Yeah,
yet,
I don't think
but-
he usually watches our content.
No, sometimes I forget.
I can
I drop
understand
stuff,
that,
I'm
though.
like, did you watch that? He's like, oh yeah, no.
I'm real bad about starting it, and then I get distracted and I don't finish it.
Are you at least liking the video?
No, you
No,
know.
I probably don't.
Oh
like
my
it.
god.
Yeah.
You're not even helping your own channel.
No, yeah.
See, she knows.
I know. I'm not the best.
Sorry not to call you out.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not the best at, like, taking care of the channel responsibilities.
It's like at Kenny, though.
Yeah.
He's that part, yeah.
Kenny is really good at channel responsibilities.
The day-to-day stuff.
Yeah. But one of my least favorite things about doing YouTube, I think, is when you come up with an idea and you work really hard to make the content and then you post it, nobody likes it. Like, you don't get a lot of views, you don't get a lot of interactions on it. And I that is sometimes disappointing. Like, oh man, that's a bummer. Like, I thought that was going to be really cool. But then, like, sometimes you post a video and you don't think anything of it. You're just like, oh yeah, this was a good idea, and we made the video, and it went super easy, and we post it, and then it blows up. So it was definitely, I think that's probably definitely one of my least favorite things about YouTube, for sure.
We try to tell ourselves not to care about it. We
Yeah.
do this because we love it, but at the same time, like you said, you spend a lot of time on a video, and then you get 60, 70 views. It's like, oh my goodness. And then we nailed chicken strips to a 2x4 one time.
And got thousands.
And got like 4,000 or 5,000 views. That video was like, what, 5 seconds long?
5 seconds long.
Yeah, it's-
We screwed chicken strips to a board, and we watched bees fly around the chicken strips.
I didn't know that yellow jackets love chicken.
Everybody loves chicken, dude.
And that's what we did. That was the whole video. It was a short, and I mean, it was thousands and thousands of views.
Well, other than, not getting the views that you would hope for, is there anything else you dislike about doing YouTube?
You have to promote it, right? Because you're doing this so people will watch it. And when you're starting off, the only people you have is like the people in your friends list on Facebook or Instagram or your phone or whatever it is. So I always felt kind of weird about always sending my videos out like, hey, watch this and like and subscribe, because as the owner of the channel, I see the analytics and I can see all the people that don't. That's the part that's hard to kind of deal with sometimes when you're making content, is putting yourself out there and then like crickets.
On a happier note, what do you guys like about being a YouTuber?
Honestly, just being creative, because before I did this, I was a musician, and I still am. I do hip hop music, but that was always my thing. I was into music and artistry, graphic design, all that kind of stuff. So it's just another way to be creative.
I think for me, it's almost been all upsides. I mean, this is my first time getting into a creative gig. So that was new for me, and I think it really kind of brought me out of my shell. And believe it or not, I would say I was an introvert before I got into YouTube.
Yeah, you were.
And I think it kind of gave me a chance to do something creative and exercise those creative muscles, because believe it or not, by trade, I'm in logistics. So this was a step out of the norm for me, and it's been great, I think, for personal growth. And I think for, as far as some stuff I really love, is just we've met so many cool people, and we've had so many cool adventures. I mean, we've traveled to different places and recorded in different areas and been involved in community events, and it's given us a chance to do some charity work. And I think for me, like, it's just taken me to places we'd have never been if we hadn't done this journey. And I think that's probably, for me, that's been the best thing about it. It's just, I've grown personally and been able to be involved in the community and met so many awesome people. And it's really just, we've had some adventures that have been so fun. And I would say for me, YouTube has been 99.5% positive. And those are the reasons why.
So on that note, you guys have gotten very involved with the community since starting the channel. You've hosted open mics, you've emceed the James Dean Parade, you've been behind the scenes at local businesses and interviewed artists and athletes. So what has that experience been like both for your channel and for you personally?
Yeah, doing stuff like that's awesome. That was one thing we hadn't done either, was live events, right?
We hadn't.
We had to go out and buy a sound system, speakers, a mixer, cordless mics.
But I mean, at the rate we're going to have all that equipment paid off by like 2137 probably. 2138.
Right before that plaque shows up?
Yeah, right before that plaque shows up, dominating. You know, I think for me, I didn't even realize how impactful it was going to be until you start doing some of these events and people just come up and they talk to you. I'll never forget the very first person that talked to me as Breadstick. It was after our very first James Dean Parade. A young lady, maybe 15, 16, 17, she just came up and she was like, I love watching you guys' videos and they're so inspirational and just it seems like it's so much fun and you always have a good time, and she's like, it just like really helps me kind of get out of my head for a few minutes and get away from real life. And I think like that for me was like the first time I thought, wow, this isn't just us goofing around. Like this is really making a difference for some people.
Yeah.
And that it was surprising to me because I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude that thinks like I might change somebody's life with this. I'm just having a good time with my buddy and having some fun and drinking some beers and that's all it was to me. But I think that was a couple 3 years ago was our first one.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first time I realized like this is making a real difference for some people. And maybe it's just 15 minutes outside of normal life where you can relax and you can chill and you can forget your problems. But that to me meant a lot. That was the first time anybody had ever talked to me like that or said anything to me like that. And here's this young woman. I never met her before that, and I haven't seen her since. I have no clue if she's still watching her content. I mean, at this point, she's probably 18, 19, 20 years old. And it just, that hit me and really settled with me. Now, since then, we've had a lot of contact, I think, with people at like live events because we've definitely done more than we had planned on initially.
Yeah, we've grown. Like,
yeah.
You go out places now and like, yeah, somebody come out like, aren't you Kenny G? And it's like, really?
Yeah, so I think it's definitely, we've expanded past that now, but that was the first time it really hit me that, wow, this is maybe going to make a difference for some people. That was really humbling for me. And I think expanding on that and doing some of the charity stuff, which that's surprisingly important to me. Like we don't charge, we don't really talk about it. And so I'm definitely not going to go into detail on this video, but like, that's just, it's something we do that it's behind the scenes, and it's an opportunity for us to do something to give back that I just never thought. That's another thing YouTube affords us. I just never thought it would. You know, when your buddy's like, hey, come over and drink some beers and we're going to record something and we're going to have some laughs, you never think that it might, years down the road, put you in a position where you can kind of give back to some folks.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me, that was really humbling and really satisfying to be able to do that. I don't know. Maybe that's silly, but that felt really good to me.
Okay, so you guys have done many different series over the years. What Can He Do? Breadsticks Take, Dish and Dominoes, Breadstick Bobblehead Shorts. Which series have you enjoyed making the most and why?
Ooh. I think for me, the one that probably did the poorest was Dish and Dominoes.
Yeah.
It didn't do very well. But I think that's probably the one I enjoyed the most because we brought somebody in, somebody either we knew or that knew us, and we brought them in and we played on a Saturday morning. We always did it on a Saturday morning. We set up and we played dominoes and we had some drinks and we just talked and laughed and had a good time and recorded it. And I think that was probably one of my favorite series we've done that did absolutely horribly. What did we film? Maybe 6 or 7 of them before we stopped?
No, we did way more than that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't, I think the most we got was 100 some views.
Yeah.
It's like a podcast kind of format, but He loves podcasts. He loves to just drink and talk.
I do love podcasts, man. What can I say?
Which I don't mind them, but they're just kind of not my thing. I'm not a big...
I like to drink and I like to talk.
Yeah. Mine would be... Were you done? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
Fishing dominoes? That's your favorite thing?
I think that was probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite project we did that didn't succeed.
Mine would be the breadstick bobblehead, just because of how creative it was, the idea. Like, how did that come about? Like,
I never thought that was gonna hit. Were we talking about the Ice Cube movie where the bobblehead talks on the dashboard?
No, Misty had posted a picture of these hip hop gnomes, and it was like these rappers with the big heads. So I turned myself into a garden gnome, and it looked like I was a bobblehead.
I do actually remember that because the first time I heard about the idea was he came to me and he's like, I got this idea. We're gonna buy a bobblehead that looks like you, and it's gonna talk to me, and then that's gonna be a series. And I was like, dude, nobody's gonna watch that. I did not think. I mean, Kenny's the idea man for sure. So when he has an idea, I go for it. But I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, nobody's gonna watch this. It's gonna be a random dude talking to a bobblehead.
Be careful, you're kind of groping my crotch, Kenny G. Gangster rapper my ass.
People watched.
People watched. People loved it.
And people still ask to this day about that bobblehead. When you guys bringing the bobblehead back?
It's a good thing that we don't make no money. We might have to pay a reface and royalties or something.
Do you have any series in the works that we can look forward to in the future?
I don't know if it's a series. He wants me to say, we're bringing back What Can He Do? Which we are. But the video I'm looking forward to the most is the shed conversion video. The Whisker Bar video. So I'm not sure, okay? But a little behind the scenes fact on Breadstick, I used to be involved in construction. I was a roofer by trade. And Kenny was like, we should convert my backyard shed into a bar.
That's true.
And I was like, man, that'd be such a good video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did it a year ago. Over a year ago. Because I've been gone for, 10 months?
Yeah.
Just got back a month ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably been almost 2 years ago. And we don't have the video.
I got to stop looking at you because you got me shaking.
Yeah, we don't have the video. And he's
We don't have the video.
I'm starting to believe that Kenny tricked me into outfitting a shed under the guise of being a video, and there is no actual video.
No, the video's coming.
Okay.
What can you do? How to turn your shed into a bar.
How to turn your shed into a bar.
Yep.
So if we bring back the What Can You Do series, that first video is going to be how to turn your shed into a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. You heard it here first, Kaeli.
Well, because we've already shot 3/4 of it. Like, we shot a lot of the stuff doing the actual work.
Yeah.
We just haven't shot the reveal, I guess.
Do you know where the footage is?
Yeah, it's on the camera.
Oh.
Or no, I got it on the computer at home.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's actually in a folder called Shed.
You see this? It's my doubtful face. It's my doubtful face.
It looks an awful lot like I'm out of beer.
Yeah.
I'm a beer
It
face.
is. It's the same. That is my out of beer face.
I got to shout out my homie Shad because we were doing the Shad and Kenny's while he was gone. So
I mean, he was holding it down, and then he made us some sweet merch.
yeah, he does have the merch shit going.
So
We're planning to start the What Can He Do's back up.
yep,
First one being Shed video.
shed video.
We're going to brew some beer.
The shitio.
The shitty.
It's a shitio. A
He
shitio.
was trying to call it the bed, but that sounds weird.
I thought that was funny.
I'll meet you in the bed.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to meet you in the bed.
Hey, let's head out to bed together. Let's head to bed.
Let's go get some drinks in the bed.
It's funny, right? I mean, it's like bar and shed.
Yeah, we get
Bed.
it in bed. Yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
like we're sleeping together.
Yeah, it was good. It's funny.
Are Kenny G and Breadstick just characters you play, or is that your real life personality?
Wait, I'm gonna answer for you. It's a character.
I would disagree with that.
It started as a character.
It started as
Maybe
a
it's
character.
starting to fuse with the real Matt Smott. Or
You can't.
use your government name.
Yeah, man.
You owe taxes or something?
There's a term for that on YouTube. You doxed me.
I doxed you.
You doxed me on YouTube.
I thought that's when you rolled up on somebody and threw a wiener dog at them.
No, maybe you dogged them?
No, dox.
Dox.
Doxing.
Oh, wiener doxing.
You just
Yeah,
okay.
that actually makes sense.
But I definitely think Breadstick has fused with the real you.
Yeah, so I think that, I would say that Breadstick kind of started out as a character, but I think I would classify it as more of like an extension of my personality. Like, Breadstick is who you would want to be if you could be fun all the time. You know, nobody is like fun all the time because you have job and you have bills and family and responsibilities you have to take care of day to day.
None of that's fun.
None of that's fun. Like, Breadstick doesn't worry about the electric bill. You know,
He just doesn't pay it.
he just don't sweat it. I mean, Breadstick, believe it or not, true story, has been in a feud with the U.S. Post Office for several years
Oh
now.
my God.
Yeah, and you know the story.
He don't check his mail anymore.
No, I don't. I don't check. I refuse to participate in the U.S. mail system. That's just an extension of Breadstick. Okay, so is Breadstick my personality 100%? I'm going to say no. Is Breadstick an extension of my personality? Yes. The answer to that is yes.
All
He
right.
exists.
What advice do you guys have for someone looking to start a YouTube channel?
Don't take yourself too seriously. Like, just have fun with it. And always try and level up, because that's the biggest thing we've done, right? Like, seriously,
Yeah.
when we're serious now. We started off with horrible equipment.
Yep.
GoPro, shitty little, cheap little lav mics, no lights.
Yeah.
Actually, what were we using for lights? Did we even have lights?
Dude, I don't know. I don't even
I
know.
don't even remember having lights, but now, we got lights set up. We bought a decent camera. We have tripods. We have audio recorders. We have just a whole plethora. We have a toolbox over there full of stuff that we bought. And don't quit your job, because I've seen a lot of YouTubers say that. I just quit your job and get right into it full time. I think you can't do that at our age, I don't think.
No,
Unless
for
you
sure.
got a pretty nice inheritance or something.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think if I was going to give advice to anybody out there trying to do YouTube, and maybe you're starting out with 10 subscribers and you're getting 2 or 3 views, and one's your mom and one's your brother. I don't know, but I would say the same thing. Like, just pick something you really like to do and just go out and do it and record it. I think if you're having fun, maybe your audience on YouTube is small, but I think if you're having fun, they'll have fun. So I would definitely I think you have to be passionate and be enjoying the content that you're making. I think that comes through the video, for sure. So maybe you need to grab a buddy and grab a sixer and just have a good time and put that out there. I mean, we literally broke every YouTube rule there is. We're not niched. We had no scheduled posting times. No schedule at all, really. We posted whatever we wanted. We didn't stick to some sort of cookie cutter content schedule. We posted the content we wanted. We posted it when we wanted, and we posted it in the format we wanted, and we just had a good time doing it. And I don't know. Maybe somebody follows the rules and they make it in 6 months, and it took us 5 years. I don't know, but I'll bet you we had a lot more fun than they did.
That's true. And I think it's a lot easier to probably grow when you're super niched, or, you're consistent, you're posting 2 or 3 times a week. But we just don't have that luxury because we have jobs, we have families, we have stuff going on. I mean, we're pretty much at the mercy of all that when we can get together, which is typically once a week for a couple hours?
Yeah, once a week, maybe sometimes twice a week if we got something pre-scheduled.
Other than that, don't get pissed at your friends and family for not watching. That's a big thing, because I actually know people that do content and they are always like, nobody's watching my videos, you guys suck, you guys unfriend me now. I mean, that's no way to treat your friends and family. It's just not, it's not good energy, and I don't think anybody's gonna really appreciate what you're trying to do anyway if you're doing that. If people don't watch them, I don't give them shit for it. That's basically all I would say. Make sure you have good audio, because that's a big thing. It's crazy because this is video, but that audio is a big thing. If it's horrible, they're not going to watch.
I think only 3 people in my family are subscribed. I'm not even sure my whole family knows we do YouTube.
My mom watches, my sister watches. I think my dad might watch hit or miss.
Yeah, I think my brother doesn't watch everything, but he'll watch occasionally. So Aunt T and Uncle Mike, they watch a lot of our stuff. Although I've been gone for several months now, so I don't know if they will now. And I think that's it. And well, obviously Mrs. Breadstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love you, Mrs. Breadstick.
So do you guys have anyone you want to shout out or mention?
Yeah, I need to shout out Colton Dunham. And
Lord of the Soundboards!
doing open mics that allowed us the opportunity to meet a bunch of cool creative people around here. So Superhero was one of the first people we met, a dude named Diego. He's a hip hop artist. He's dope. Met his uncle Pilos Mega, who's a very serious hip hop artist that me and him are working on a project together right now. Shout out Pilos, because like, have you seen any of his music videos? We dropped one or two. He always gets 1,000 views on his videos, man.
Yeah, Pilos is pretty good.
Yeah, that dude's dope.
He's pretty good.
Shad Hartley, our homeboy Shotgun.
Yeah, Shotgun.
And he just started Shad's Shirt Shop. So I'll have the link on here in the description. He's an official sponsor of Real Kenny G TV.
I know.
So all your
I
merch,
think he's our first sponsor.
all your merch needs. He might be our first.
I think he's our first sponsor.
Misty, my fiance, soon to be wife, for putting up with our shenanigans.
Mr. G!
I don't want to leave anybody out. Naso, I've been working with him too.
It's pretty good.
You got anybody?
Yeah. You ready for this?
I'd like to thank Budweiser.
I'm about to drop it. Let's drop it right now. All right? Ready? Yeah, I do have a couple people I want to thank in general. First, I want to thank Mrs. Breadstick specifically. She puts up with me a lot. And let's be real, this is a lot. But I think past Mrs. Breadstick in general, I got to thank my boy Kenny G. I mean, this was kind of your deal. I mean, you had the idea and you were like, hey, do you want to come along and do this? And it wasn't just an adventure and a ride I wasn't ready for. And I've loved every minute of it. And not being involved in it the last several months, honestly, it's been on my mind. I've missed it. And so it's awesome to be back and be back in a location and a schedule that kind of jives with what we got going on. So I think specifically Mrs. Breadstick and Kenny G, I gotta say thanks. But I think more in a general sense, I gotta thank all you guys out there. So we got so many cool people involved with this channel, with our lives. Kaeli right here, you know, she's a prime example. She watches all of our stuff and she was so excited to come do the video and so helpful. And we've met so many people, so many of you guys like that out there that have made this journey so much fun. It's been so awesome. And you know, and there's been a few people, I don't even know your names, I don't even know who you are. You just stopped and talked to us, or you sent us a comment, or you did something that just said, hey, what you guys are doing is cool and it makes a difference, and it makes a difference for me personally. And I think that for me, that was just life-changing. It was something I didn't expect. It was something I wasn't ready for. It was something when you go over to your buddy's house while he's cleaning some Timbs and you're having a couple of beers, you just don't expect 5 years later to be sitting on this couch in this cool Rebel Lodge that we got to film in because, I mean, shout out
Jerry Traub.
Jerry Traub. I mean, he's a fan of the channel and he's a fan of what we do, and he just let us use this space just to hang out and do this video. And we've met so many cool people like Jerry along the way. I think for me, it's really kind of turned into what this is all about.
Yeah.
And it's not what I expected when we started. But I just want to say, from the bottom of Breadstick's heart, thank you all. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. I mean, you know, and I'm sorry the content hasn't been as scheduled as it probably should have been, especially this last several months. But for all the people who support the channel, like Shad, our first sponsor, sending us some merch and some gear, and even if that's not what you can do, even if you just send an awesome comment or you catch us live and you stop us and talk to us, that has all made, you know, at least for me, and I don't want to speak for Kenny G, but I think I can on this point, it's made such a difference. It's made such an impact that I know I personally just never anticipated. I just never expected it to feel like this or to be like this. And I know for me, YouTube and this journey to 1,000 has been life-changing.
That was pretty good. Thank you, man. I do need to thank you because if I'd have started What Can He Do, I feel like I'd have probably just did a couple episodes and then been done.
Yeah.
So I think hooking up with you and just that journey we took because we went from cleaning tins to making soap to I taught you how to rap.
Yeah.
Then we went to the woods. We were learning how to survive. I mean, we've done so many different things. I think that kept me engaged in this too.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I think had it not been for you, I would have never hit 1,000 subs. We would have never hit 1,000 subs.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of stuff clicked. A million different points coalesced into something that turned into this. Turned into bigger than us. And I didn't see that coming. And I think for me, that was, I don't know, it was big. That was big.
Stay tuned.
For a shed video. I mean, a bed video.
You in that bed.
That's it.
That's
We're
it.
done. Cut. I was getting emotional there near the end, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.